Hola, soy Cristel de Asian Boss. A causa del confinamiento y el distanciamiento social provocado por la pandemia de la COVID-19, muchos pequeños negocios alrededor del mundo han sufrido mucho. Los restaurantes, por ejemplo, están sufriendo mucho por la falta de clientes. Y Linus, uno de los restaurantes estadounidenses más famosos en Corea, está en la misma situación. Hace un tiempo entrevistamos a un hombre surcoreano que adoptó a 10 jóvenes norcoreanos. En ese video, el dueño de Linus preparó comida a los chicos y les alegró el día. Así que cuando nos enteramos que Linus estaba teniendo dificultades, tuvimos que ir a visitarlos para ver cómo les iba. También preparamos una sorpresa especial. Esto fue lo que pasó.
Hey guys, so I'm here just about to meet Linus. This is the place where he prepares and smokes the meat. Super excited to check it out. Let's go.
Hey!
Hey Linus,
How
how's
you
it going?
Good.
Yeah, good to see you.
I was wondering if I could give you a Linus hello.
Oh, yep, absolutely.
There you
Sounds
go.
good.
I'm
Yep.
in here.
Awesome.
This is a little bit to ask, but you gotta wear these things.
Okay, all right. No worries.
If you
sounds
want,
good.
try to.
I've never done this before.
Oh, that's all
Okay.
good.
Just give it a sec.
There you go.
Right,
There,
got it,
yeah.
got it.
There we go.
Now, is this, what's happening right here?
We're actually in the lower half of the smokehouse where we do a lot of the meat prep.
Yep.
And that kind of thing. Right now, my guys they're making the slurry and the seasoning for the sausages.
Mm-hmm.
So they're doing that. My guy upstairs, we're prepping to put in the chicken.
Right,
We actually
nice.
smoke some chicken and stuff, and we're just it's our daily routine. you
Okay,
know.
well, let's check out this.
Yeah,
smokehouse.
sure. Let's
that'd
take a
be
look.
good.
Go
All
on
right.
this way.
Whoa.
Yeah. We got some rotisserie ones, and these are our competition smokers. They're our charcoal gravity-fed smokers that we use them typically for brisket and everything. We have a big commercial smoker here. It's a rotisserie, so we do a lot of our ribs on that, just because it maintains the juiciness. And at the very end, we do chicken in our other competition smoker, but it's meant for whole hog, but it's really great for chicken.
So, what's the difference between a smoker and an oven?
Oh, okay. Well, in an oven, we're simply just cooking something, usually typically like very hot and fast, within a couple hours. But in a smoker, in the smoking process, we actually keep the temperature relatively low and for a very long time, sometimes like 10 to 16 hours, and we cook things overnight. Smaller things like ribs and chicken, we might smoke them for like 4 to 8 hours or something. But the main difference, obviously, is the wood that we burn to give it the smoke flavor as well, and that doesn't happen in an oven.
So, what's happening right now?
Oh, we're gonna have a check on the ribs right now.
Okay.
Just see if they're ready for saucing and everything. They won't be done just yet, but it's good to feel them out and see how far we're in.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
It's gonna get smoky.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Want to take a look?
Whoa. Whoa. Looks really good.
We're gonna moisten them. We're gonna spray them like this.
Well, what are we spraying?
It's our little solution. It's a mixture of like some secret sauce and
Sauce. Okay.
some vinegar.
Some vinegar. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And, it's important to kind of moisten it just to keep moisture, because obviously it's also cooking, and the outside is as it's getting color, it's also drying out a little bit. So we're just trying to preserve the moisture.
I see.
It got to a point where we had to get this commercial smoker to kind of get them.
Wow.
Okay, we're gonna get you gloved up.
Done. Good.
Great. All right. I'd say this one's a pretty good one. So we just pulled these out of the smoker, and
How can you tell that it's nice?
well, we're looking at the bones, and these are receded to a pretty nice, where the bones are exposed, and also we tend to do a little bit of a twist on the bones to see how much give if the meat begins to tear a little bit. Some people bounce them.
Right.
seems like bouncing a little bit, but the risk of it bouncing is that you might actually break it and crack it. So like I've gone to, this sounds funny, but I'll finger it from the bottom.
Right.
I like to press in from the bottom to see
Right.
like what in between the bones, and I've just kind of gotten used to that. The thing about our ribs, there's so many different regional styles, but I come from a competition background that's more popular in the southern regions of the United States, around from Tennessee and Alabama and over to Kansas, and you know, I think there's a little bit of a misconception that like when you pick up a rib, that the meat should like just fall off the bone, like
Right.
like big panties on a skinny person or something like this, right? But that's actually, I mean, even though some people may really enjoy that, and I actually can too, it's considered in competition like an immediate disqualification. So we're trying to get it as tender as possible,
Okay.
without it falling off the bone.
Right.
And generally what you want is you want it to not fall off the bone, but actually come clean off the bone. So if I destroy the rib like this,
Yep.
I should be able to take the meat off and expose the bone pretty
Right.
clean,
I
right?
see. Got it.
You should take a.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's try it myself. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Here, try this one.
Okay. Oh. Tastes so good. Tastes really good. It's really juicy.
I really love this business.
You know, I totally love to try out the different meats that you have. Shall we just go to your restaurant?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Oh my God, this looks so amazing. I don't know where to start from. Like, how do we eat American
Yeah, there's a lot
barbecue?
here, but well, why don't you grab a piece of bread here if you want to start with the brisket or the pork, and then here you might want to lay a little sauce down. I like to tell people there's really no wrong way to eat barbecue. It's just
Yep.
wherever your heart guides you. You know,
Yep.
if you want to put a little meat here, or maybe you want to try pork, or you can go for the brisket.
I'm gonna go for the brisket.
Go for the
actually.
brisket, yeah.
Give it a
That's
shot.
it.
Wow.
Here, I'll go for the brisket too.
Man, this is such a big brisket. Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's amazing. And then I just.
Oh
go
yeah,
for it,
and you
go
can
for it.
stack it. You can even put a little bit more sauce there.
Can I mix sauces too?
You
Is
know
that
what?
good too? No.
Like I said, you can. You
Yep.
totally can. There's no
Okay.
wrong way.
There's
to
no
eat it.
wrong. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
I call this
Randoms too,
I
inside.
like to put brisket and a little bit of mashed potatoes, and I call that the Sunday dinner.
Sunday dinner.
You know. So I have this this kind of South American influence green sauce. I just like to call it that. Maybe you want to try some of that.
Right. Is it a bit? It's a bit chili.
It's pretty spicy. It comes
I'll just-
from
I'll just
a
have a little
native
bit
Korean
then.
pepper called
Okay.
청양고추. It's like a nice southwestern taste using a local Korean, a domestic Korean pepper. Okay.
So good.
It's all right.
Wow. It's amazing. How did you get into American barbecue in the first place?
For me, barbecue is always something that's been somewhat of a staple in my life. So when it wasn't around, you start to crave it. So I started making it myself. I didn't even have a thermometer at the time, and you just attempt and you fail miserably, like anything. But whatever it was, I just got hooked. And I had considered it, and it was a little bit of a dream, but I was in a funny place while I was living in LA, and I wanted to make a career change. At that time, a good friend of mine was here in Korea, and she just coaxed me, "You got to come to Korea and help me out with a food project, like a food video project." So I came over intending to only be here 3 months, and during that time, we ended up throwing some kind of like an event. I rigged out of a grill and some pots and pans a makeshift smoker. It wasn't a real smoker. I just built one and smoked it on my roof here in Korea. And when I made that, I just made pulled pork. It was the one thing that I could make easily. And when I had that event, a lot of Americans came and they were really into it. They were just like grateful to have it. This was like 9 years ago.
Right.
And then the Koreans, this was interesting. They were like, what kind of meat is this? They couldn't tell, is this beef? Is this pork? Why is it so soft? Why they'd never had anything like that. And I would explain to them, it was like, yeah, I cooked it for about 15 hours. And they're like, why would anyone cook it that long? Like, what's the point of that? And then I'd have to explain, well, that when you do that, then it becomes very soft and whatever. But that's the whole concept of low and slow.
Yeah.
And I don't know, the feeling, the response was so electric that I just sensed, I think I might need to stay here. And so that's when I committed to stay. And then I started with the barbecue project. But like the first time I did it, I heard of pop-up. I was like, I don't know if anybody's going to come.
Yeah.
And I sent the invite out, and by the end of the week, it was unreal. There was like 800 people had signed up to RSVP.
800 people.
And I was like, this is impossible. And so I show up. Of course, it's my first pop-up, and I'm kind of late.
Yeah.
And there's a line going up the block, and I'm like, what?
Wow.
This can't be for me, right? So I do this. We sell out immediately. And I'm like, this was a lot of fun. I think I'm gonna do it again.
How did 800 people?
I don't know. I was in
they just-
Korea not even a year, and I maybe knew about less than 50 people.
Okay.
So I think it just kind
Word of
of
mouth.
people, word of mouth. They just kept sharing it, and then everyone came, and it was really, really interesting.
So last year, you were in one of our videos donating some of your lovely American barbecue to the family of North Korean defectors, and really appreciate you did that. Since then, like how has Linus been? The restaurant, like how has things been?
Well, when COVID hit, it really devastated the economy. I mean, all of Korea's economy, it was pushed down. But then when that second wave happened, we were doing so well, we're making a lot of progress as a nation. But when that second wave hit, and they, called it the Itaewon cluster.
What happened? Like, why is it known for that?
What happened was our numbers were going almost down to zero. Actually, they were at zero for a couple days, and it led right up into the very beginning of spring, coming out of winter, and everyone was cloistered inside, and they were just ready to be outside.
So this was like in May?
I would say it was the end of April, early May.
Okay.
And we had this 5-day weekend, and it was just like 5 days of no one working, just going out playing. All the parks were open and packed. I would say everyone in Korea was suffering, at least 30 to 50%, in sales and whatnot. But then, they were just looking to just come out. So they came out in force, and I was really, really worried during that time. And a man from Yongin, which is south of Seoul, came, and and no fault really. It could have happened to any neighborhood. But it happened to Itaewon. There was a number of people who went to clubs, and it just so happened to be a gay club. I think socially, Korea came such a long way in that regard, in acceptance and minimizing their fears, and kind of all these subcultures coming to the mainstream. But when that happened, it was just open season. People just reverted to this sense that like it's okay to kind of punish Itaewon, the foreigners, the gay people, even though there was like all these other clusters, these outbreaks that happened outside of Itaewon and in other neighborhoods, which were even far worse.
Yeah.
They continued to call it the Itaewon, like it was Itaewon's fault, like it was an Itaewon outbreak.
So for people outside of Korea watching this video, like what is Itaewon?
Itaewon's a really special place for a lot of people in their hearts. It's a great amount of foreigners here, and because there's a lot of foreigners and there's also foreign restaurants and stores, a lot of that has to do with the existence of the US military base very close by. But it also just naturally became drew people from all nations to this area to thrive and live and work. And over the years, it's become quite a tourist attraction.
I imagine the time, even for myself, when I was going out before, before the COVID hit and everything, like Itaewon was just packed with a ton of people, and I could just feel the vibe was just pumping
Yes.
at nights and everything. Right
Yeah,
now.
I think it's been a double-edged sword because of the incredible amount of diversity and the freedom that it brought, and the mix of cultures that became a big attraction, and Itaewon thrived because of that. But in times of economic turmoil and fear of everyone's health, it's also very easy to kind of target a place like this.
So has there been places just closing down?
Yes, actually, we just passed one. I noticed for the first time around the corner, a Korean restaurant.
Right.
But one place is actually right here. It was the neighborhood salad restaurant, and
Right.
I'm just now reading here. I was very sad that this happened a couple weeks ago, but I'm reading here that they moved to another location.
So are they moving out of Itaewon?
Yeah. They've moved out of Itaewon, and not even too far away. The media has really unfairly punished Itaewon.
I'm just kind of curious to know, but has the clubs and bars have been shut down?
Yes, a lot of them have shut down, and they're holding on, and just waiting for things to get better. But a lot of them can't operate right now.
Are they legally allowed to operate or no?
That I'm gonna say it's probably at this point they're not legally allowed to operate.
Do you think that's been really affecting the businesses around here?
Tremendously, yes. Itaewon is a wonderful community. It has different sections. It has this wonderful food scene. The international food scene just thrives here. It originates here, and it tends to start here and then go outward toward the country.
Yep.
And the evening, it also has this very robust nightlife. A lot of new music movements have started here, and club styles have moved here, have originated here, and then again, equally, been really subculturally significant.
I mean, you were saying, just a little bit before, how the perception of, let's say, people who might be gay or foreigners themselves, they're almost being judged. But, is that true?
I have to say that in the last 5-10 years that I've been here, almost 10 years, I've really felt like socially we've been making a lot of progress, with gay rights issues and foreign people and these type of things. Really a lot of progress, but with all this fear mongering happening, and of course a lot of people are in pain, a lot of businesses are suffering, not just in Itaewon, all over Korea. I think people need a scapegoat, and I think people that are other are just a very easy target.
I hear, a lot of restaurants are closing down around the area, as you were mentioning.
Yes.
For Linus, was through this period, was there a moment which you felt oh, this is
Shutting down for good?
yeah.
Or, oh, wow.
I would say the timing of it is probably definitely the most challenging I've ever come across. The worst of it was, of course, right after the second wave of news and everything. It was just I think it was on a Friday, and normally we expect our dining room to be full, and there was literally one customer that day because the news had just broken. Right?
Wow.
I'm going to just say this. It's every business in this neighborhood received such a shock, and we were just praying from day to day that things would get better, and they have, However, this perception, if it doesn't change soon, it's not going to be sustainable for any business in this neighborhood, But we're committed to staying open 7 days a week. We're still doing it, even at a loss. I think we owe it to our customers, the ones that have been loyal and still love us, to stay open and still provide this service. But just saying that Itaewon, this narrative has to change. It's unfair, and Itaewon really needs some love right now. You know, it's a special place for a lot of people.
Yeah. If you had one message that you want to say to the world or to Korean people, or you know, if you just wanted to send a message out, what would that be?
Do your best to find things to be grateful for. There's always a kind word, a kind gesture that we can receive or even give to someone else. For those who may not believe it, it's incredibly meaningful to those who receive it. You just have no idea how much of an impact it makes. I want to say to my brothers and sisters in Itaewon who are really having a hard time, I'm feeling you. I'm really feeling you. Don't lose hope. And we'll do our best to persevere. Continue to love Itaewon. And I don't know, we shall prevail some way or another, you know? If we have to lose it, we'll have to reinvent ourselves. We'll just have to, you know, evolve. And I think that's what it's about. Evolve, feel grateful, learn something from this, and just don't give up. Don't give up, guys. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
So Linus thinks that we bring the Asian boss crew to dinner at his restaurant, but actually we've got a little surprise for him. We organized the North Korean defective family to come to his restaurant to surprise him. Right now, the family is preparing the surprise. Let's go meet them. Hey guys, 안녕하세요. Hello. Wow, balloons, amazing, and flower. That's great. So, are you guys ready to surprise Linus? Yeah. Yes? Okay, all right, let's go. Linus, I brought some special guests.
Oh. Hi. Oh my God. What?
Surprise!
Wow.
Surprise!
Oh my God. Oh.
안녕하세요.
Oh, wow. Wow. Oh my
So
God.
everybody is here, you know, to support you.
Wow.
I let them know, and yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. So,
Thank you very much.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
잘 지냈어요?
네, 잘 지냈습니다.
Yeah. Not everybody could make it because of the COVID-19. We didn't want everybody
Of course.
So we actually created a video message too.
Really?
Yeah. These guys made a video message.
Oh man.
사장님 안녕하세요. 오랜만에 인사드립니다. 김태훈입니다. 얘기 들었어요. 지금 코로나 때문에 지금 사실 이태원 상황이 안 좋다는 거는 누구나 알고 있는데 사장님이 또 거기 이태원에서 이렇게 장사를 하시면서 큰 어려움을 겪고 있다는 얘기를 들었습니다. 제가 뭐 큰 도움을 드릴 수는 없지만 이렇게나마 좀 이렇게 위로와 또 응원의 인사를 전하고 싶어가지고 이렇게 영상을 띄워요. 지난번에 저와 우리 아이들에게 큰 선물을 주셨잖아요. 근데 이렇게라도 작게나마 인사를 드리고 보답할 수 있는 기회가 생겨서 저 역시 오늘 너무나 기쁩니다. 사장님 항상 힘내시고요. 저하고 아이들이 늘 응원을 하겠습니다. 사장님 화이팅!
안녕하세요. 저번에 고기 너무 맛있게 먹었어요. 지금 코로나 때문에 많이 힘드실 텐데 함께 파이팅해요. 파이팅!
사장님 안녕하세요. 코로나 때문에 너무 힘드시죠? 어려워도 힘내시고 저희가 응원할게요. 사장님 파이팅!
사장님 안녕하세요. 저번에 주신 그 선물 정말 맛있게 잘 먹었어요. 좀 괜찮아질 테니까 그때까지 파이팅.
선생님 지난번에 주신 선물 정말 감사합니다. 정말 맛있게 먹었어요. 힘내시고 건강하세요. 파이팅!
시작.
사장님 힘내세요. 파이팅.
wow. Thank you. 진짜 고마워. Thank you.
Yeah.
I
So
don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Yeah, it's a good feeling.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling if people care.
glad you like it. And I thought, we'll all have American barbecue.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm happy to. I would love to. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Gracias por ver nuestro video. Queremos darle las gracias a los chicos por haber venido a apoyar a Linus. Nosotros también mostramos nuestro apoyo al pagar por toda la comida. Linus también está apoyando una campaña de camisetas para ayudar a los negocios locales. Dejaremos el enlace abajo, así que échenle un vistazo si también quieren ayudar. Gracias por ver nuestro video y como siempre, mantente curioso.